Hey everyone, Ben here from the CRM product team, and today we're going to talk about how we can use monday.com to communicate with our customers or whoever you want from within the platform itself. So, how do we do that? Well, the first thing that we need to do is add the ability or add the app. So, in order to do that, I am going to click on the item itself, add a view, and here you can see all of the options that we have. Community Hub is the specific app that we are looking for today. So I'll click on Add Widget. Once you add the widget, you will see this view. Now, in this view, we basically have three options. We have new email, we have new note, and we have new event. I'm going to talk about each one of them specifically. For now, let's click on a new email. Now, as you can see, once we've linked it to our specific email address in which we want to communicate to our customers, it will automatically populate itself in the From section. The To section can be written manually yourself at monday.com, just like a normal email, or we can pull in the information from items that are linked to this specific deal. So as you can see, medicine at email.com was one of those options, and we can easily add to it. Now, obviously, while I'm saying this, we can also do much more like CC or BCC. We have all of those functionalities. We also have the ability to add a file, either from the computer in which you're using or from the specific file column connected to the item itself. But more than that, we also have a template. So basically what that means is I can use one of the templates that have already been created and add it, which can prevent me from doing a lot of manual work or repeating myself over and over. Now, how do we add a new template? Very, very easily. For example, I'm going to add a new one. So this is a template. Let's call this template 2. And instead of using the template, which is how you saw me do it before, I'm simply going to click Save as a new template. We're going to call it template 2. And there it's saved. Meaning, if I remove this here, all I would need to do is add it. And as you can see, it's been added without any issues. Okay. Now, once we send the email, so let's go ahead and send it to my email. So there. Once we send it, you can see that it populates in our timeline right underneath it. Now, what's great about this is we will be able to reply from within the platform. Once they do, we can see how many times the specific email has actually been opened. We can see when it was sent, and we can start getting a whole bunch of information from within this specific place. Now, before we spoke about how we can pull in the information, but a lot of times our customers or our users want to communicate from outside the platform and have it automatically connected to the specific deal in which they're communicating. So how do we do that? Well, there's one main way, and I don't know if you noticed, but I clicked on the settings. So let me go back so you can see on the settings, and here you can see a whole bunch of options. What we can do is copy this email address and CC it to any email from within Gmail itself or Outlook. And what that will do is it will automatically associate the communication to the email from which is found on the email column and automatically sync it into that timeline. So without you needing to do any manual work and pulling data from Gmail to Monday itself, it can all be done automatically by simply CCing. But it gets even better than that. Let's say you didn't actually have a contact associated with that email address. Well, all we would need to do is click on the Create New Contact, add the specific board and the email column, and it will automatically create a new contact with this unknown email address. Now we can do much more. For example, we have automations. So when an email arrives, change a status. We have a lot of flexibility and a lot of ability to customize your workflow. So I would really recommend looking at this in more depth. Okay. We can also decide who is going to see this information. So while all admins will have access to all of this communication, maybe you want to keep some information private from other account executives, in which case you can say, keep all of my information private. If you're happy for it to be public, you can do so also. Okay, let's go back. As you can see over here, we have all of the previous communication and all of that timeline. Now, this isn't exclusive to emails, but it can also be an event, for example. So let's say we had a phone call that's actually not going to be in the past, but it's going to be scheduled for the 22nd. And we're going to say, us quote, we can add it. And as you can see, to the same timeline, the phone conversation was added. But it gets even better than that. Let's say we want to see all activities across all users and maybe even across all account executives. Well, basically for that reason, the activity board is automatically created. Now here, you can see the status. So because the phone call is in the future, it's still open. What type of communication? It's a phone call. And here you can start seeing every activity that you have. You can even take it a step further. Let's say you want to see your ratio between your phone calls to emails. You can create a specific chart for that. And you can really start gathering data on how your team is performing on a day-to-day basis. Okay, let's go back to the specific email communication. Okay, now, as you can see, I showed you the phone calls. You can obviously do the same thing with a meeting. You can have other. If you have a lot of communication back and forth with a specific customer and you want to filter it to only see the emails, you can easily do that through this filter option. Click on the emails and only emails will be seen. And then finally, what we also have is new note. Now, a new note is very similar to the update section in which we have typically in any item, but this can be specifically used for communication across your entire account. Because it's account-based, any internal note that I write here, so internal note, any internal note that I write here will be associated to any other item that has the specific email address associated with it. Meaning I can, if I go to the contacts and it has the same email address, I will see the same note there. And that allows all of the information to be seen across the account and not isolated to one specific place. This is a relatively new app that we created, and we're putting in a lot of resources in order to make sure that it's the best app possible. For that reason, we would love your feedback. Your feedback helps us show that we're either moving in the right direction or how to build the platform into the specific needs that our customers need. For that reason, we have a feedback form right over here that you can click on, write in all of the information, what you love, what you hate, what you think we can improve, and what you think we can get rid of. And this will really help us build the best platform and the best CRM possible. If you have any questions specifically, you can reach out to support@monday.com and they will be more than happy to help.